to the computer. Okay, we are recording. Okay, guys, so the reason, hi, Becky came. Look at your beautiful face right there. I see you. Thank you. Look at all of you who joined me. Wow, better turnout than I even thought it would be. This is great. Okay, so what we're doing is we are kind of recording this. This is very casual, but there are some people, because of other things they had to do. There's always a way for everybody to get to know everybody, and that is what I am hoping for all of this. You know, there are great ways of having people that, I know y'all just lost me a second. Hold on. My camera just went all haywire.
What did you do?
I don't know. Mine went all crazy on me. It'll be back in 1 second. I'm like, really?
Please stop.
There's always complications in the beginning. Always complications. Okay, let's see if this works. No, it's not. Look at that.
Do I need to come in there? There, Tammy.
Huh?
I said I see Tammy.
You see Tammy? Oh, it has changed what it's using. Hold on 1 second. Let me. Now we're going to go back. Let's see if it'll do it. There we go. See, just like that. Bam. I knew I could fix it without Lee. Normally that doesn't happen, but I did. That's good. Okay. So for those of you, oh, look at the kitty cat. Look at that. For those of you who have team members who are not on here for one reason or another, I'm going to take this after recording it, and we're just going to I'm going to share it with everybody, because it is a way for all of us to share ideas as leaders, talk about the struggles together as leaders. Because sometimes I think when y'all are talking to me one-on-one, I swear y'all think that you're the only ones dealing with this, and I'm telling you, we are all dealing with this kind of stuff. So we just want to make sure that we're on the same page. But in talking to a lot of you one-on-one, what I figured out is that vibe has been a real issue for a lot of leaders, and not just my team, but a lot of people's team. And I'm just thinking everybody's getting it because nobody's complaining about it, so it's all good. And everybody's talking about clicking on all these different things to get what they need. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, they could have all that on their main page. Why don't they have all these reports that they want just looking at them when they go into Vibe? And it doesn't really matter whether you have a small team or whether you have a larger team. There are certain things that in this business, you should be looking at it definitely once a day. But if you're like me, you're looking at it 100 times a day. You're always looking for the changes, what's going on, who's putting in their orders. It is a good problem to have when the numbers are always changing and going up. You know, when they're going down, we have a little bit of an issue then, and we have to address it. So what I'm going to be doing for this meeting, mainly, this is going to kind of be a real simplified down what you need to do to have Vibe right for you, to make sure that when you click into Vibe, your page, hey Adriana, there she is. How are you, dear? Can she hear me? I don't know if she can hear me yet. Shake your head, yes. I can hear you, Molly. There she is. I can hear you. Yes. There's your girl, Brenda.
I'm sorry.
So, and because this is being taped, you don't have to worry about it. Adriana's in the car. We don't want her taking notes. We just want her mentally hear what we're doing. So she's going to be able to go back, look at this again, and say, okay, what did Molly say I needed to do in order to get this on my page? And if you still can't figure it out, you're just going to call. You're going to call. Call your leader. Call me. If your leader's working their job, call me. Well, we just want to get everybody, how cool is this, on the same page. This really is the same page, which is cool. Because now I can say, if you're talking to Lee or you're talking to me, I can say, where, you know, it's up in your left-hand corner, this is the number that you're looking for. And if you're looking for the right thing, you're not going to be discouraged. When I found out how many of you were so discouraged with all the clicking you had to do in order to get to this report and that report, and how do I get here, and what do you mean that I can make my own reports and save them, because that's what Lee's done for me for things that Avon may have taken away from in Downline Manager. Now the accessibility to go in and make a report so that all you have to do is change the campaign when you click on that report, and it will give you exactly what you feel like you need to look at all the time. Is it going to solve all your problems? It's not. My job isn't to solve all your problems, it's to try to give you the easiest way so that you're working smarter and not harder, if that makes sense. I mean, we all work hard, but I don't want you working hard on stuff you don't have to work hard on. That's just ridiculous in my opinion. So what I'm going to be showing you when I bring up the screen share is I am going to be showing you what my page looks like on Vibe. I'm going to show you how you can edit your page, and I'm telling you it is very, very easy. You're going to say, I didn't even know these things existed. And most of you have said to me, I didn't know that we could move these things around and put them where we wanted to put them. See, Melissa, I know. And I would love to tell you that the tutoring that they gave us in Avon University told us all this, but that was the most boring crap I'd ever heard. So it don't even matter, because they don't know how to have an interesting training yet in Avon, but we is working on it. Don't choke, Brenda Lloyd. You know that's true. So it's boring. We don't like boring stuff. Let me see here. Lee and I did this whole practice thing today. Let's see if I can even figure this out. First of all, let me get to where I need to be, and then we will go back and I will share the screen. All right, let us see here. So I am going to share this.
You did this so easily.
I know. Here it goes. Watch this. Bam. Can y'all see that?
Now we can.
Yay! I did it. First click. Yes. Awesome. Okay. So, and this is what I need you to do. If I'm going too fast, if you don't get it, it's okay to say, hold up, Molly, wait up. Say that again, because we don't know what you're talking about. Because that's what I need to hear. I need to know when we're going too fast, what you don't know. Now, when you're looking at this, to be quite honest, I don't know if any of this looks like your page in Vibe. I don't even remember what this looked like when they first came out. But what I'm going to show you is what you're seeing here with me. And hold on, because I'm going to scroll up. You're going to see up here where this business dashboard, that's the first thing that Lee and I look for every single day. If I'm looking at 100
Molly, we
times,
see you, sir.
hey, yes, you see me, absolutely. Business, if we're doing this, we look at this 100 times a day. Lee normally double from what we're doing. But when you scroll down, you're going to see the progress report over here. You're going to see closed campaign. You're going to see the cruise like a boss widget, team size, search for contacts, earnings summary, downline summary. And some of you are like, I don't even know what this stuff is that you're scrolling back, because it's not even on my page. And the reason it's not on your page is because I put this on my page in the order that I wanted this in, where I wanted to know that the most important information about our team is right there from the moment you click into Vibe, okay? So first, before I talk about what's important and why it's important, I'm going to show you how you're going to edit it so that you know. If you look over here, right over in the right-hand corner, can we all see that? Are we like clicking and all that? Do we see the edit panels over in the right where my cursor is?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yes?
Yep.
Okay. All right. When you click on that, it is going to bring up every panel that could possibly be on this front page. Does that mean you need it? No, you don't need all of this stuff on here. But this is where you find the most important stuff. Now, what the other thing you will notice is when I click that, do you see up here where now there's a trash can and all that good stuff and a move bar, whatever? When you do that, you're enabling editing of your Vibe page.
Oh.
Okay?
Okay.
All right. So let's just say I said, Lee, I swear to you, I'm going to put this back. It's going to be all right, baby. So don't freak out when you see me change everything. So let's just say I got a wild hair up my butt and decided I wanted to mess with Lee, and I wanted to move the progress report so that it isn't where it's supposed to be. I could take this and I could put this right here, and look what just happened. My cruise like a boss moved up. Let me do this. Let me lock it. My cruise like a boss moved up, and now my progress report is here. Now, you can put this in any order that you want to put this in. I kind of try to take the whole downline manager approach where they always have the most important things out in the forefront. So I'm going to go to edit panels again so that I can take this, and I'm going to move this back. And I'm going to put this, well, I was going to put it up there. Lee's like, what did you do? You move it. It is not going up there. What are you doing? All right. Progress report, we want to move up. For some reason, it took it from there. And we want to put it up here. You'll see the little box there. See the dotted box? You want to make sure that you drag it up there and then see, boom, right back. And you know how they had the widgets for like all the incentives we had, but the incentives were over, but you were still seeing the widgets there forever and a day. And you're like, I don't even need this anymore. Get it off my sheet. Well, in this case, cruise like a boss, let's say it's over. If it's over, I can take it and just delete it. You hit the trash can there and it's gone. There's no need for it to be there any longer. And you can only do this when you've gone to that tab that says edit panels. You can't do anything on this page unless you're editing the panels. So let me take cruise like a boss. I'm going to take it back up here and put it right where it was. Boom, there it's back. Okay. So I'm going to take you right now to what I have from top to bottom. I'm going to give you just a brief explanation of why I think this is important. And if there's something you don't get, you need to go, hey, shut up for a minute, Molly, listen to me. That's what you need to say, and then I will stop and we'll explain it a little bit more. Business dashboard. I know this looks like a little square here. This is the most important information that you look for when you go in. You'll see here, total team sales. This is what you and your fabulous teams, somebody's raising their hand.
It was me. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
Oh, you did not mean, oh, bam, Adriana, you see, but I saw that, girl. That's good. I hadn't tested that. That is awesome. Yes. Okay, I like that. Okay.
I raised my hand like 5 minutes ago.
Oh my gosh. Oh, hold on. Oh, I see it. Hold on, Brenda. Brenda, you got to holler. Quit raising your hand. We do not do hands here. Just holler at me. Okay, girl, raise your hand. What you want?
You had made a comment that says yours might not look like this, and I thought, no, ours don't look like that. Look at your rocking team, 63,000.
Hey, look. Every time I want to take credit for this, I go, gosh, my leaders are really working their tails off. This is awesome. Look at them go. So this is amazing. This is you all. This is your team. This is us producing. This tells me that there's somebody out there getting this right. But I'm going to show you some things that are going to tell you we're obviously not getting it all right. I don't want you to get offended. I want to show you where we're struggling at. And I want you to know that you're going to say, oh, I thought it was just my team. It's not just your team. It's our whole team that is struggling here. And together, hopefully, as we keep having these meetings, we are going to try to figure out what we can do as a team by sharing ideas to say, how can we get activity up? How can we get people to communicate with us? But we'll talk about that in a bit. So the first thing we see here is the business dashboard. You're looking at the size of your team. You're looking at what your personal sales are for the campaign. And this helps you. this helps you look, but this also correlates right over here to your progress report. And yeah, I have these two together because the first thing I'm looking at, of course, is the widget here. Did our team, or did I perform in our team at 100% in order for me to hit the bronze executive leader requirement? If I want to see how much more would I need in order to hit the next requirement, well, as you can see, where we're lacking at this point is the team sales. I need 100,000. I don't always like looking at that. Sometimes that can be good. Sometimes it's depressing. Here lately, it's been a little depressing. So I like seeing that 100% that's there. So we're looking here. We're looking at the next title. You're seeing some of the same things here. Total team sales, what you're doing, and then what the requirement of that title actually is. Your personal sales, what you've done, whether that's just e-sales and you haven't put your order in yet, but what is the requirement? And then, of course, for your first generation orders, how many do you need according to your title? In this case, we needed 10, and we've got 129. Now, a lot of people look at this, though, and I've got to tell you, they look at that and that's it. Well, you really need to look at more. You see this, show less, show more. When you show more, this is going to give you the breakdown. Some of you are so new in this, you don't have second, third gen people. You haven't been able to experience that yet, so your concentration is with your G1, of course. But what I want you to know is, I used to be where you're at. And even though the screen didn't look this way, I can remember like the first time I saw a G2 order and it was like $62. And I was all excited because I had a second gen order for the first time ever in my business. And I thought, yes, we're growing. That's awesome. Somebody else is working, which is what this is about. Now when I look, you know, Lee can tell me, and he is definitely the numbers guy with me. I've been completely blessed with him and where we should be, where we are, where we're going. And one thing that he has taught me that I know is that when I look at where we're at, you know, is this lower? What is the comparison to this? You know, you're looking down here, the online sales. You know, you look at, I mean, to me, this was a great campaign for me for online sales personally. I'm still struggling. My online sales are up personally, but I do like to keep just personally for me what is happening. And then I say to myself, did this happen by itself or did I reach out to these people? Well, with that new app Shuffle that's out there, because this is how I send my reminders out, this helped produce that because people were like, oh yeah, I need to put my order in. So I was more engaged with my e-store people. This doesn't look good. If you can look at this, our team had 22 additions and campaign 20. But look at this stuff. I'm looking at this going, you got to be kidding me. We are down 35 people.
Aww.
So what I'd like to see, Janae!
I was going to say, hey, I was waiting for you to finish. I didn't want to interrupt you, but I made it.
How are you? Thank you for
I'm
joining
good.
us.
I was like stressing because I'm like, what the heck? And the meeting started 20 minutes ago and I can't get in. But I'm here now.
That's okay. You're here. That's what's important. So
That's
when
right.
you look at this, we have 35 removals. Now, I got to tell you, we haven't been doing a lot of this lately. We have had more additions normally than we do removals. This is a very sad, I'm mourning campaign. What do you mean we lost more than we gained? We're always going to, people are going to walk away from this business all the time. For anybody who's new and you're a new leader who's on here, what I'm telling you is, it's going to be all right. People are always going to walk away from the business. What you always want to know is that you're gaining people in the business. Even if you're losing 4 and you're gaining 2, you're still only 2 down then. Like it or not, this business isn't going to be for everybody. And for me, as a bigger business owner, I can see, you'll see, look here, I mean, my first gen, I lost 5, but I look at a lot of you, or, you know, your second and third gen leaders here, we've lost 15 in each. So all of you know you did not lose 15 yourselves. So when you're really upset about your 2 or 3 people, remember other leaders, it's happening to them too. Again, one of those things where you're not by yourself. Average order. This is a good thing to look at. Lee will tell you he is not happy unless he has a $170 average order. We remember when we used to have those. We haven't had those in a while. Sadly, we have not had those in a while. But what I will tell you is we are up. We are up from where we were. We were seeing 127, 132, 135. So as you can see, we are on an uphill climb now, almost $148 average order across the board with our team. So we've almost, that 150 we're looking at, especially for people first coming in, we almost there. And we almost going to go over it, but I think for our Christmas campaigns, what I'm hoping is we're going to go way over that. So all these things I'm talking about, your new appointments, people who have come in, we're talking about reinstatements, people who came in, said, you know what, it's Christmas time, let me give this thing another try. This happens, and I see this every single campaign. So never think that reaching out to people who just fell off for no reason, or maybe they put in one order and never did anything else. Yes, this can make a difference because we're seeing reinstatements come in left and right. I'm a little bit disappointed. As you can see, team size is 795, and we had finally were over that 800 mark. Mama ain't a little bit happy about that, but I have faith we gonna get back there. It's gonna be all right. I believe it's gonna be all right. So let's go out of this so this isn't showing like this. So this is important. Right underneath there, you see the closed campaign comparison. Again, if you're new and you don't have anything much to compare, you're going to say, oh, well, I don't really see the need for this. But let me show you the changes here. If you look here, let's look at 19 to 19. 30 additions last year at this time, but look at the team size. Last year at this time, our team had 681 reps. 808 representatives.
Whoop, whoop.
That is, yeah, absolutely. That's a lot of whooping to do right there. That is showing a team that is working. Now, what you will notice is almost the same here is look at the order activity. And this always gets me. Like 800 people on our team, 56% of them are actually placing an order in that campaign. So just a little over half are not placing orders, but yet we will see the same thing in the next campaign. So what that tells me is we have a lot of people who are placing orders every other campaign, once a month. Can we stop it? No, we can't stop that. But what I'm hoping what we're going to do when we start these Zoom sales meetings where your team can come on board with us is that it's going to be strictly working on how to increase their sales. What can they do that they're not doing now? Would they rather be making $100 a month in Avon, or would they rather be making $200 or more by building their sales and placing an order every campaign? So I would love to see that number. You know, I can't tell you how many years ago to see anything close to 100%. The larger you get, it seems that number goes down. But man, would I love to see that number up around 70. 71, 72%. That would be awesome to know that many people were engaged in their business, and to do that, they're making money. So that's a clear, concise number to always look at. Average order size, you'll see $4 down. Is that a lot? No, but I'm seeing the same thing you're seeing. So don't think just because you have lower numbers than me that we don't see these things. We do. Rolling campaign, which tells you, what is your sales growth? Again, some of these things, I'm not going to tell you they're most important thing to your business right now. Eventually there will be. And when they do become important to you, you're going to know, because you're going to look at that and you're going to say, what do you mean I'm only 11% up? Last year at this time, I was 26% higher than what I was the year before. Suddenly there's a competition with yourself of what's going on that wasn't going on before. Down here, it's telling you about your requirements, what you got to have, what you did have. Down here, we're talking about your checks. What was your check last year? What's your check this year? Performance points, all that good stuff. But again, I say to you, this is something that the higher you go, the bigger your team gets, the more important some of this is. I love the next chart. The next chart, and you see what they're called. So see this that's in dark? That's what it's going to say over here in Edit Panels. When you're looking for how you're doing it, this is going to be what they're called. So you'll know exactly which of these things you want on there. Team size. This has always been a massive thing for me. Of course, the blue, that's this year. And last year, where were we as far as team growth? And believe me, I can remember a couple of years that I hit where it absolutely looked the opposite. And I was going, what do you mean we were bigger than? It was not a great time. I was not a happy person in my business when that was going on. But what I made it do was I just kind of used it as a place for me to dig in and say, I don't know what's going on, but we've got to change this around. And as you can see, even though we've had some really close campaigns, I love the fact 680 here, you know, but here you can see 813, 678, 823. So we're still seeing the growth. Earnings summary. When you're talking about things like, what was your leadership bonus? Your recruiting bonus, yeah, there is a, you can actually go see this in the reports that are in here, but I love the fact that it's right here. Now, this does not update on Tuesday. This does not update until Wednesday. For Closeout Tuesday, it updates on Wednesdays. Executive Leader Cash Reward. This is what we get when we perform as bronze executives. It's kind of like what they used to call the car bonus. So every campaign, as long as our gold leader performs, we get $150. It's $300 a month just simply for working our business, which is kind of nice. So you don't always see these things. This is what's really cool. You're looking at this and you're going, what? Mentor bonus.
Where are you at again?
Earnings summary.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got lost for a second.
Okay, no, you're okay. Under the earnings summary, mentoring bonuses. This is great. I love that I can show you this. This is because Miss Julie Paulson has been titling her tail off and working that business. And we've had some mentor bonuses come up. Actually, this will be, I think we're coming in on the 4th campaign right now. Okay, Julie, it's time to title up again, baby. Come on. You get me used to these things, and I'm like, hold up. What do you mean I don't have a mentoring bonus this time? So these are really, really great things to look at. Recruiting bonuses, you know what that is. How many of your people are actually performing in the Kickstart, and are you making the $20 for them doing that? And yes, I am here to tell you it is easier said than done, because you have no control over what those people do and if they're going to put in an order for that amount. But I think what keeps me humble in this is when I go back and I look at who didn't perform and I wonder, did I reach out to that person in my first gen? Did I really talk to them about the fact that their order this time $200 in order to keep that 40% or $250 or whatever it is that it calls for? I realized that not only could they have made more money with the guaranteed 40%, but it would have put $20 more in my pocket. And if you have 2 or 3 people that you are working with to do that, that can add up to a lot of money. So this can bring you down, or it can bring you up, or it can motivate you. And for me, it keeps me in check for what am I doing with my people and what aren't I doing. Down here, I'm not going to lie. At first, I had this off, this sales leadership buzz. But then all of a sudden, they started back with the webinars again. When you're a gold leader or above, there's a webinar for you, and you can get to the replay. When you're looking for anything good that's coming coming on, the sales meetings, the replay, registering like, for Drive Like a Boss. I keep this here because they are click-on links. So when I want to know what Avon feels is important for me to know that day, that stuff right there is what's important. So that's what I do where that's concerned. I'm still trying to figure out why they don't. Oh, wait a minute. It says view more. I was going to say, I don't really know. I thought they would have the social media stuff on here. But as you can see, if I clicked on more, look at everything else that's there. Drive Like a Boss, virtual meeting, maybe because it's not going to be here forever. I don't know. What I do know is, are all of you participating in that? Who is participating in the social media thing with Scott Kramer? I think he is pretty amazing. About the time you think you couldn't possibly learn anything more. Man, he puts stuff simple. I really, really like him. Okay, let me see here. Let's get back to this. Okay, so down here, new task. I'm not going to lie to you. That's down here because I keep thinking I'm going to put a task down there. And I'm just not using that part yet. I got to be real honest with you. I know there's coming a day I will, which is why I keep it down there. But I don't, because most of my tasks from being a leader for so long, I know what I have to do every single day. It's in my brain. It's on my agenda. I know when I go into Vibe what I have to do. But I will tell you what I've used this for. Do you know how when you have somebody new who comes on and they sign up and then suddenly within, even before they can put in their first order, it will say, they'll say something happened, I can't start right away, I'm just going to have to pull out or whatever, and you're hearing them and you're like, okay. And I had this happen in January, and a lady, her dad got diagnosed with cancer, and she said, I can't commit to this right now. And she had already put in one order, and I said to her, is it okay if I check back with you? I said, in 3 months, and let's see where we're at now. And she said, absolutely, that would be fine. And I put that task on there, and sure enough, a little bell thing came up here. Let me show you in the corner. Let me move this thing here so I can see what I'm doing. All right. See up here, this little bell? This will give you, yeah, you got a task to do, baby. Have you done it? And it will let you know. I've used it for special stuff like that. Or if somebody said they were going to pay their bill because they were bad debt, and when they told me I could check back with them to see if they did, that kind of stuff I use that for. But to be real honest, I don't use that a whole lot. But there could be a need for all you people who like to make sure everything's written down. That's amazing. You could use that.
I use it, but like I forget to go back and like update it.
Right. Or like with me, like Janae, you see that 121 that sit there? Do you know that's for the same reminder, Janae?
Oh, I'm sure.
Back in March. I'm like, do you know what it takes to delete them? I'm like, no, that's crazy. Okay. Okay, so the next thing. This progress report. Now, I like this. Now, I know a lot of you don't have leaders underneath you yet. But as you get leaders, as you get people who want to start a team, who want to do what you're doing, what I like about this is, let me show you. I can be like, I'll say to Lee, what's Janae's numbers? What's Janae's numbers? Where's Brenda at? Blah, blah, blah. And Lee would be like, hold on, I'll look it up for you, before Vibe came along. I don't have to do that now, because now I can just simply start typing Brenda's name here, and any leader with the name Brenda will come up. I can put her in there. It's going to take me to Brenda. It's going to tell me exactly where she's at. I can say, okay, I know where Brenda's at, but let me look and see where Janae is at. I want to know where she's at. I can put Janae in there, and without going through some massive search, I can look at this progress report, see how close is she, what does she have to do, what is she lacking, is it orders, is it her personal sales, what is it that I could maybe help you with, or is this, or do we feel like you're slipping back? And again, you're like, well, Molly, I don't know, I don't need this right now. No, You might not need this right now, but how nice to know you don't have to hit that representative search, put in everything you need from first name to last name, and hope that you've got everything right. So them putting this on the progress report, I really, really, really liked that. Let me see if I can bring this back to me now instead. You're going to show
Type
me
in your name.
Thank you. Thank you, baby. Okay, so down here, whatever it is that we're going for, cruise like a boss, whatever widget they've got for whatever incentive we have, this, I always put this right here. I want this close. I want to know just what am I doing. But you do see here, suppose I want to see how Janae's doing. Maybe I want to see how is Melissa doing. Let's see what she's doing. And if I want to bring her up, it is going to bring her up, and it's going to show me right now she got 0 points, Miss Melissa, but we're going to fix that because we just started. We just started. Or let's say we want to see what Julie Paulson's doing. Julie Paulson, okay, you can see here. I mean, believe me, we're so new in this. They barely started updating anything. But personal sales, we see here she's got 200 points because her personal sales were 500 plus. And so for me, I have a list. Everybody I know who says, I want to go for this trip. I want to do this. I want to go to Bermuda. I can say, where are they at? Where is it that they want to go? And no offense, most importantly, where am I at? And how am I going to get to Bermuda? And how am I going to get on the boat? Thank you very much. And a lot of that requires, too, what is my team doing? Because whether it's mentoring or, promoting in title, whatever it may be, everything that we do together as a team, it helps all of us. And this is a lot of times where you're like, I don't think that person would want leadership, but this gives you something to talk about, people. This gives you something to say, have you been to Bermuda? Have you been on a cruise? Would you like to? And if you don't do anything else, look at the things they can win now. Look, if they get to 1,500 points, they're going to get a beauty case, a tote bag, a carry-on suitcase, the trip. They have a way now to win a little bit of everything. I don't think we just have to worry about the trip. I think what we need to do is say, what can they do? I know it's absolutely wonderful that that's there. The other contact is, you see up here where we talked about downline. You can put your downline. These are your leaders right here in the progress report. But the other thing I did was search contacts. Every other way that you could find that was to go to representative search, put in all their dumb information, hope you had everything right, and boom. Now I can say, I don't know if Melissa spells her name with 1 S or 2 S. I can't remember because I had so many of them. But now I can say, well, okay, M-E-L, let me look. Oh, wow, I've got some with, I got some without. But what I do know is the last name is White. Boom, it's right there. Again, it's saving you time. So I have got the search contacts here. And the next thing I have down here is the action alerts. There is nothing more important besides your numbers and seeing if you've hit those numbers than your action alerts. How many representatives are on hold? How many of them know that they're on hold? Some of them, yes.
I'm trying to find that in the, to put on mine, and it's not showing up.
In the edit panels? Hold on, baby. Let me take a look.
It says business alerts, but not action alerts.
Search contacts right here. Do you see it down here? They're all alphabetical.
Yeah, I have the search contacts. I'm looking for the action alerts. The only thing I find.
Oh, the action alerts. Okay, hold on. Up here, up at the very top, action alerts.
No, it's not on ours. It's not on mine.
What's your title?
Promoter.
Star promoter. Yeah, I think.
You don't have action alerts. That makes no sense.
I need to contact Al.
Lee,
mine was automatically on there. I never put it on there.
Okay, yeah, that was automatically on there, but you're not seeing it on yours.
No.
So is it only on title leaders?
It might. It doesn't make much sense. If you're going to give them vibe, you would think you would give them action alerts. Lee, can you reach out tomorrow?
Are pending.
Friend.
Okay. Yeah, we're going to have Lee check that out.
Okay.
Because personally, I believe that this is the most important thing to have. It tells you exactly what you're looking at here. And as you can, yes.
She should have it because Mom has it on hers. She
See,
has Action Alert.
She has it. And what is Mom's title, Tammy?
I believe she's a star promoter.
She's a star promoter. Okay.
Yes.
You think it's called business alerts now?
That might be it.
They might have changed the name.
Check it and see, babe. Drag it over there and see if it says the same thing.
Okay, hold on.
Here you go.
Oh, hold on. I'm trying to look at this. It's not letting me.
Well, it shows that. That's the business alert one.
I am not a lollipop.
Huh. I don't know what the crap. Let me see here. Wait a minute. I have business alert. No, that's display users, task, and messages. I know what that is. That's part of that other thing. No. Now, do you have add contact? Do you have all that?
I have add contact. Yes, I do.
But you just don't have action alert.
No, I do not have action alerts. And I tried to do a search a panel too, but it didn't come up either.
Could just be a glitch that they need to fix.
Yeah, but we're going to have Lee. What we'll do is, so who all is not seeing that so we can give them specifics?
Rebecca Furbush.
All right, Becky, I got you down.
Adriana Carlson.
Adriana. Okay, everybody else can see it that's on the call?
Yes.
Okay. All right, great. All right, we'll take a look at that because as you're going to see as we're looking at this is definitely something you need. I really can't imagine them saying, oh, they don't need that. They're only a star promoter. What are you talking about? Yes, they need this.
That's awesome.
This is, as you can see, who's on hold? 51 representatives that are about to be removed after 6 campaigns. And personally, I don't care if it's one representative that's about to be released. You need to be alerted so that you are very aware as to what should I do to contact this person and see what's going on. 104 new pending appointments. Now, when I go into this is 104. This is all of you. This is first, second, third gen. And did you know that you could actually, you see how all the dates are messed up here? You know that you can make this chronological order here, right? Up or down. I always, of course, make it the most current one. Oh, look at that. Linda Saggers had an appointment today. God bless you. And Julie, look at you, Julie, yesterday. Look at that. Oh, I just need to share. I just need to share with you real quick, okay? Real quick. So, where is the other girl who signed up? She is not there. I need to check on this. Do you see this person right here? So, this person that's right here. Oh, and this person right here? Yeah. First gen. How many saw my live stream from Thursday night promoting the products? Yeah. I don't know if you saw it or not, but I did that. I just thought it would be fun. Saw a lot of people doing it. Took my favorite stuff from the demos, put it out there. I wanted 100 shares, right? 100 shares. And I thought that was pushing it to be quite 100 shares. Well, it ends up I get 568. I don't know what it is today. 568 shares. We have 12,000 views on that video. Do you see those two people? They signed up after that. Whoop, whoop. I had to figure out where in the world do these people come from? Because, you know, I'm going through my leads. I'm going through my removals. I'm going through anybody I've contacted, looking at my customer list going, what is going on here? And when I contacted them and said, what's going on? And they said, I didn't know the lady. Neither one of the ladies who they said they shared. What happened is my customers, Chris Pittman and Sharon Snyder, they shared it and they were their friends and they signed up. And one of them bought, I believe, the $100 kit, which is very, very cool.
That's awesome.
So I have to tell you, this doesn't happen all the time. You know how many live streams I do, okay? But I was so excited because something else something positive happened from that. I mean, my customers started ordering a lot of the stuff too, and that's always positive. But I just mentioned on that about extra money and how much fun it was, and they signed up. So I just wanted you to have hopeful that if you can just make fun of yourself like I do on live stream, and maybe people will feel sorry for you and they'll sign up or something. You know, that's the only thing I can figure out. It was something like that. But I did think that was really cool. So when you're looking at stuff like this, I thought this is cool because 100 and something, and look, we know with a lot of these people, we know, look, all the way back here, most of them, half of them are bad debt, whatever it may be. Oh my Lord, so many bad debt and stuff like that. But I will tell you, I'm trying to think, do I know of any here who are bad debt that haven't already dropped off? Because I have to tell you that it really does help. I mean, do any of you, by any chance, let me see if any of these are done here. Do any of you, probably not here. Let me look at the notes. Okay. You see this, you went into, you go into this. I've gone into a profile of somebody who signed up obviously in May. Their first order due date was C14. And of course, whenever I send out a welcome pack by email or mail, anything I do, this is my note system now. I was the notebook girl. I got to be honest with you. I had a notebook for everything. I had a spiral notebook for everything. I had a composition notebook for everything. And every time I travel somewhere with Avon or go see family, I had got to pack up my books because you can't be without that, or otherwise you don't know what is going on with your team. And this has been great. I have only been using this, honest to God, faithfully since April. And now, you know how if you have somebody who's bad debt, they'll send you the email and say, hey, this person owes this much money, blah, blah, blah. I will take that whole email and I will copy and paste it, and I will put it in a note. Because in a month, when that person has not paid and you're going, I don't understand. Why didn't that person put in their first order? You need to know why they didn't. Why are you going to waste time calling again? Whatever it is that you need to do, save yourself some time. And as your upline, let me be completely clear too. Look, I don't got time to check on all of you, and that's not my job. This is your business. But what I do try to do, because so many of you have JOBs, and I remember what that's like, and you're taking care of your families, and you're taking care of your loved ones. And when I have some extra time, and they get welcome letters from me, whatever it is, but if there's somebody I haven't seen any activity on, I might go, wow, wonder what's going on. Let me reach out to that person. And what I don't like to happen is when somebody says, lady, why are you calling me? I just talked to so-and-so last night. She called me and she said, and I'm like, oh no. Here I
told
thought
you that
I was
with
helping
one of my
them.
newbies.
Yes, it can happen. Now, when the customer insight center contacts somebody, they posted here. It's part of the requirement. When somebody you don't recognize, it says created by this person, they will tell you if they have reached out to that person. They leave a note. But I think about, Brenda, you're a perfect example. If Adriana has got somebody on her team and you're like, you know what, I remember what she told me about this person. Let me see if she needs anything. I'd like to send her a few books, whatever it is. If you look in there and she has put a note in there, you're going to know she just talked to her and how the conversation went. But let's reverse that. Brenda, you call that person, you finally get her. Adriana's been trying to get a hold of her. You get her, you're like, I want to send you 10 more books. You seem really excited. This is great. Brenda goes into the notes section and she says, I need to make sure Adriana needs this, but I know I can't reach her today. And she goes in and she's like, I talk to her, sending books, blah, 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 really excited, blah, blah, blah. Puts the note in there, creates it, it's there. So, Adriana, if I were you, the first thing I would tell you to get yourself used to, especially if you have an upline, is to say, let me check the note section and see if there's anything recent there. Because then if you know she did that one, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. You an awesome upline. I love that. The other part of you is going to be, I don't want to overwhelm her. Brenda just talked to her. Seems like it was a great conversation. This is good. What do we call that? Teamwork. It's teamwork. And nothing works better than when we work as a team, guys. And I'm going to be the first to admit, I haven't always been the best team leader in all this. And even though there's one above me, there's Mary Ann. Mary Ann doesn't see a lot of you all yet because, you know, she sees the first 3 gens. So if you're lower than that on her team, she doesn't see you yet. But that's getting ready to change the first of the year. But the point is, instead of making a notebook, do you know how many times I have the self-appointment page sitting in front of me and I'm making all my notes on the self-appointment pages? Then I go to find it because the girl calls me and I can't locate it. And I would get so angry at myself knowing I should have remembered what she told me. But when I go to the notes section and I look her up under Vibe, I know exactly what we talked about because I called her and I put the notes down there. You need to learn to let the tools that they're giving us, let them support you. So I wasn't going to get off on all this yet. We were going to do this another thing, but this notes section, I got to tell you, this is really important for us to be better as a team. If I'm calling your team or I've done something with your team or I've sent somebody on your team something, even if it's a, you're doing so well, congratulations, I'm going to send you a sample pack. It is going to be listed on here. You're going to know that's what I did for that individual. So that is definitely something, you know, to look at and say, you know, wow, this is a good thing. So, and I'm going to tell you, it didn't come easy. I wanted to go back to my paper system. I wanted to be that person, and I chose to say, I've got to find some more time, and Lee was going to kill me if I put one more notebook in the case to take out for a weekend trip. That's just all there was to it. He's going to kill me.
Oh my God.
Okay, so look at the other thing, and I know some of you, you're seeing this for the first time. Avon anniversaries. Who has an anniversary coming up?
I just had 5 years.
Yay!
Congrats.
Happy Avon anniversary!
Thank you.
12 leaders who are at risk of losing their title. And I know y'all are like, I wish I had 12 leaders. But the point is, you don't want to lose 1 leader, far less 12 leaders. Birthdays, let you know when people's birthdays are. Promoters, if you've got somebody who maybe somebody who has never communicated with you before, and yet you see they bought somebody on. This is a good time to say, congratulations, look what just happened. They bought somebody on. So action alerts are really important. Down here, you have a downline summary of titles where you can see how many promoters you have, how many star promoters, how many silver ambassadors. And again, is this stuff that as you get higher, you're like, I wish I have zeros in my column. What's going on? I used to have zeros in my columns too. It's going to happen for. I know. Whose dog? Is that a dog?
Mute your phone.
Is that a dog or a parrot? Stop that.
I don't know.
Mama Molly's on the phone. Quit doing that. What you doing? Oh my goodness. And then the need help. I do put the need help down here, and I'll tell you why I do, because I don't always remember that new number now. But I'm always in Vibe. So if somebody has said, hey, you know, what is the number? Because I do try to direct our team all the time. Customer Insight Center. Try to have these people call and fix their own problems. It's the most important thing. Okay, so that is how this page is lined up for me. And I think the most important thing is, you may not want it lined up exactly like this, but one thing's for sure, you can go over here to edit panels and you absolutely can say, this is important to me at this stage of my business. And I know I need to look at this every day. And what would make it really simple for me is to know that when I entered Vibe, it is right there in front of me, and I know the frustration of feeling like you're a clickopotamus because you're clicking everything and it doesn't want to come up, and then you get in there and say, this isn't even what I was looking for, and that is really, really frustrating. This page right here this is your golden egg right here. How you set this up really is going to give you the vibe of, hey, what's going on here? What's the state of my business today? And every day, the state of your business changes in one way or another. And if you're not seeing a change, at least every other campaign, there's a problem. Janae, why are you raising your hand? Why are you raising your hand, Janae? You got it. You got your phone with, now you're off. Why are you raising your hand? Now I got to click on your hand so it'll go away. Why are you raising your hand?
I had a question.
What?
If y'all blast like that, never mind. I'm not gonna say anything.
You better say your question right now. What do you need?
No. So, is there a way? In all seriousness, is there a way whenever you look at your team sales? Is there a way to save the filtered choices?
Lee?
You know what I'm talking about? Like where you go and you can click what their length of association is, or if you put what their RPS is, and if they're past due, if they have a hold amount. Because I've done it before and I've had the filter on there and I save it, but when I log out and log back in, it's basically it defaults back to what it was previously.
You didn't save it completely. What you have to do is hit the save report, name it, and then you will actually go under saved reports, and that report will be there with the filters. If you're thinking that when you hit that sales report that it's going to hold those filters, no. You got to go now to that report under saved report.
Okay, so if I save it, will that update with each campaign, or is it just going to specifically save that time frame that I'm looking at right then?
What you got to do is go in, and each campaign, I go in as I'm running my reports, and like right now, tomorrow, I'll flip everything to campaign 20 and then save it. Then we'll save over top of it.
See this, Janae, where he's got
I know what he was
reports?
talking about, but I didn't know if there was a way to just keep it in there to where it automatically just defaults to that, so that each time when I look at it, I can just scroll over and look at it.
And this is, and you can, and you see what he does, like he does all of these reports for me, every single campaign. He'll do, for me, sales first, second, and third gen, fab first orders, direct delivery. And then what he does, like he says, he will go in for the campaign he wants because everything else is saved. And he will change the campaign report. And then he will fill, and then he'll save that as it is. So the great thing is we don't have to go in and try to figure this out. You can make reports. If you're like, I want to know anybody who had a $200 order. For me, the $150 report, I'm figuring if they're doing that, that's pretty good. They'll probably stay. So I want to know what they're doing. And not to mention, $150 report. I don't know if Lee made the other ones.
Hey, Mo.
Yes. I still got to do that.
Report.
The what, honey?
Hit the 150 report.
150, got it.
Yeah, because you told me I need to put one on mine, and I haven't had a chance to go in and do that yet.
Janae, you see that? Molly, hit advanced filter options.
Hold on, baby. I've got all the pictures and all up here. Hold on.
Up top.
Hold on. I'm having to move the pictures. I see everybody's picture. Hey! Okay, advanced filter options. There.
Okay.
And then you see here, see all these, the outputs?
Yes, yeah, I knew that.
Oh my God. It sounds like to me you did not click through to save the report, name the report, all that stuff like you should.
I didn't name it. I saved it, but I just assumed that save meant it just is going to save it to where every time I go in, it'll be the same filter options.
Hit save report real quick for me. Just hit save the report.
Do you see this?
Yeah.
He's got this. If he wanted a description, it would be there. But then he goes down here, and all the rest of them were down here.
Okay.
So this can be a good thing. And I know for some of this, you're like, well, you know, my team's not that big. But again, the possibilities are endless. Yeah. What I went over in this first Zoom meeting is what you need to have a snapshot of your business at all times. And there may be some things on that page that you still will not want to look at every single time. But I can guarantee you that when you're looking at this page from top to bottom, the first upper part of this, you're going to want to look at every time. It's going to have the cruise like a boss. It's going to have what your team's doing, the progress report. It's going to show you your numbers. Those things, in my opinion, no matter where you put them, when it comes up, you shouldn't have to scroll for them. Those numbers should hit you in the face every single time. Yes, hon.
Just hit save report because I wanted to show that you can just say, and it's saved over top of it again.
Oh, you mean hit it, go into it again?
Yeah, because I want you to just save it as it is so that she sees.
Oh, save report. Okay, and it just comes back exactly.
Get that little green box over there.
Right here. Yeah, did you see it pop up there? Bam, it said report saved. And this is, I got to tell you something. Look at the people who are killing it. Becky Kane, my Lord, girl, look at that. $1,172. And can I be honest, she's already done of 31,000 this year. She is kicking tail and taking names. And by the way, sometimes this young lady puts in an order every single campaign for this amount. I can't even go into her area. They go, no, excuse me, you don't look like my Avon lady. When we say she rules the area, she rules the dang area down there. So
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, she is. I mean, and the thing is that this is possible. And what you wouldn't know is Becky doesn't live in this big, huge town. But I know one thing, everybody who won Avon between her and Furbush, I got to tell you something right now. I don't even go to La Platas except for the other ones that I got that have been with me for years, and they're scared to leave me. That's the only reason. They're afraid. And I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to go down there. So these numbers are possible, but, we can keep going down. And, and Melissa, I can't wait till you get back. Girl, I watched your numbers at an astounding, are you freaking kidding me? I said to Janae, where did you get this, girl?
I know, right? We both were like yelling in the phone, like, I need like 5 of her.
Oh my gosh. I was just like, never seen anybody come in for that short amount of time and sell those kind of that was just amazing.
And now she's like $103 from President's Club, and I'm
there
like, you better work. There
Melissa. You go. No, she
in her first year. That's what I'm talking about.
And here you got Brenda Lloyd, who $690. She come from the smallest town on our freaking team, I think, and she is still out there producing
neighborhood
numbers.
Brenda's town.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. So we are looking at these things, and I am like, this is crazy, but it's exciting. And I would love to tell you that all these people here have been on our team forever, but the people we're seeing who are coming up with these big numbers, some of them have been with us for less than a year, less than 2 years. And do we find those kind of people often? No. But what I know is if they're out there to be found, I want y'all finding them. I don't want nobody else's team finding them. I want our team finding them. And we're going to make sure that we rock this thing. And by the way, when you're producing these kind of numbers, this is what shows people that you want to join your team. They don't care what I'm doing. They don't know me. They look at me and go, oh, she's been in this business forever, whatever. They want to know what you're doing. And when you can give them a number that substantially will put a couple of $100 in their pocket every 2 weeks, they're going to want to be a part of that. There isn't anybody I know who could not use easily a couple of $100 a week in their pocket by being a rep. But when you're putting in an order, this campaign for $68, and then you're going to swipe off with one for $400, and then you don't. Consistency as a leader is the name of the game. And the game is getting ready to change, that if you don't put in your order, you're not going to perform. We're going to do that at a later date, but that's going to be coming too. The compensation plan is going to be changing, and Lee's going to be talking more on that one. I'm just going to be doing the slides. But what I need to ask at this point, because look, I swore I was going to do this for an hour, and I'm at 9:13, and I know we had some technicalities because we're getting used to all this, so I think it'll be smoother. next time. But my question to you, because you are some of my top leaders here and your opinion matters, do you think that things like this once a month, we had planned on doing this every fourth Monday of the month. I've already got it recurring on my schedule. Do you think this is going to help you that we come together as a team and really look at some of these things together to say, how can we all be successful together?
Yes,
What do you
ma'am.
think?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you think so? Okay, I think so. And look,
help our leadership representatives to the meeting.
and I know that you all feel like you have to share Lee and I a lot, which is why I want to do this. I never dreamed Onward would be over 16,000 people. I never dreamed that I would be an adopted mama to so many people. And this is why I don't even say on that I even do this with y'all, because I'm scared somebody gonna get the link and try to slip in. So I'm like, no, this is my team. This is my personal Avon family. And the other thing I want to do, and tell me what you think too as leaders, we were going to wait till the first of the year, and Lee keeps saying, no, I don't think you should wait. I think you need to get this started in October. We are thinking about doing a sales meeting like this just to see who will show up from our teams that says, do you want to build your sales? Are you struggling? This isn't going to be about leadership. It's not about bringing them into leadership. This is strictly about, do you need to make more money, and do you want to know how to make this business work, and see who will show up from our teams where we can all be together and they can hear what we're all doing rather than fishing on it on a website or something. What do you think?
I love it.
Yeah. I mean, now this is where we're at, right? I only have room for 100 people. As of right now, we will do more. We will do the 200. If it proves that we need it, we will do it. I see your belly sticking up, Janae, okay? I see that baby.
I don't
okay?
see enough.
I see it. And but my thing is, it may not be enough. Melissa, it may not be enough. We may have to do more. And I have no problem paying for this. I will pay for it if it's worthwhile, if it's helping people. I am on there to do it, but I thought this is great for the leaders, and I think that we'll have more leaders who participate in this as it keeps going. But I kept thinking sales. Not everybody is getting this. I don't think they know what they can do and how to work this into their lives. And not everybody gets on my Friday night calls from our team. Not everybody shows up for y'all when y'all are doing something. They don't answer the phone all the time. But what if they just happen to be available at 8 o'clock at night and the kids are finally in bed? And like a lot of people, they don't even got to show they can just listen. They can hear us all sharing. I have to believe that eventually that could grow into something really great.
Yeah, I agree.
On the sales side, how many of you be willing to be interviewed? Like
yes.
I would.
I'm okay with being interviewed.
Say that again.
How many of you be okay with being interviewed? Like Molly asking you questions, so that, because a lot of time people hear us and they say, well, you've been here 13 years.
Right.
But if I can interview a Brenda Lloyd who come from a small town.
Right.
I don't know if Brenda will. Is Brenda still out there?
Yeah, Brenda's here, honey. She's on my side of it. Yep. Janae, who didn't have any credit when she first came on board.
Yeah.
And how many of them struggle with that, and they want to use that as an excuse. We can take that excuse right away.
Your first example too on your
You
team.
were. Oh my gosh. You were
That scared everybody
yes.
crapless, because I was just like, what am I supposed to do? And honestly, it helped me develop like a lot of tough love though too, as a growing representative as well as growing as a leader, so that by the time Avon took credit away and a lot of people were freaking out about it, I was just like, I mean, I already went through it. It's all right. Right. It'll get better.
Lee, I will answer that when I get my false teeth.
Well, we'll just save you for when you're ready. But what I'm saying is, look, I know y'all love listening to us per se. You listen to us all the time. But it's going to be about taking people like both my Beckys, who are absolutely powerhouses in this business. You all saying, yes, you can, and what are you doing? And getting your team on here so they can hear what you're doing. You know, you all are also the top sellers. And you're proving that you can do both ends of this, and they may not want the other end of this business, and that's okay. But can you imagine if just everybody on your team produced $100 more in sales every campaign? Can you imagine what that would mean for your team sales? The fact that if you get them making more money, they're not going anywhere. Those kind of things are what we want to get excited about. But if we don't start sharing in every way we can think of to get them on track here, then we're going to keep losing people. So I'm all for giving my time and doing it, but I just don't want to do it alone. I want to make sure our leaders are on board and you guys want to get this done.
Definitely. And Becky, me and Becky are a perfect example of leaders who were like 4 houses from each other.
I love it.
Seriously.
I love it. I love it. It's going to take every excuse away in the book. I love it.
Yeah, I mean,
it.
She's my neighbor down the street.
Yeah.
And people, oh no, there's too many, it's saturated. You know, I'm up against somebody who's been doing it 30 years and I've never let it stop me.
That's exactly right.
So,
I got Brenda and Amy down in
excuse.
Arkansas. I don't think it gets any better than that. I mean,
no, it doesn't.
My neighborhood is literally bigger than Brenda Lloyd town. Brenda Lloyd, what do you got? 200 and some people in your town? You got 400 people in it. My neighbor.
And Adriana, look, she is our millennial. She is a millennial leader coming into this. She is so, girl, let me tell you, you got it going on, and I read your excitement every day about what you do. You and I communicate in private message, and you're always in tune as to what is going on. She is amazing. And your mic is off, so I can't hear what you're saying. But I know you're saying something good. I know you are.
No, I turned it off because my boyfriend's watching TV and
oh, that's okay. Let him do his thing. It's all good. But I do love this. I feel like then we got Janae. Janae now is pregnant. She whipped my my grandbaby. And my deal is you can't use the excuse, well, I'm going through this, I'm going through that. I mean, Melissa, I think about what you have been going through and that you just shared with us when you were on here. You could have very easily just quit. You didn't.
I did
you
once.
Didn't.
I did once before, and I've had a lot of difficulties in the last 3 months, and I thought, I'm never giving up again.
Yeah, well, and she on my team.
Melissa, I just love you. You know I love you.
I do. Can I see the baby bump just once? Thank you.
And Julie Paulson, who also was a previous DSM, who felt led to join our team, who has massive love for the representative, first of all, was a rep before she ever started being a DSM, has been knocking it out of the park since she's been here, gets frustrated with herself because she's still trying to think like a DSM instead of a representative, but she never gives up on what she's doing. Right. Then I got Tammy Leonard, who, I'm not even going to go into Tammy's story because she's like my sister from another something. Every time she goes through something, I end up going, I know I'm going to go through that. I know it's coming because every time it happened to her, it's going to end up happening to me. Tammy has had every reason to quit in this business. She has had every reason to give up. She has had every reason to say this isn't meant for me because everything's always trying to get in the way. And here she is. She is looming towards and sometimes over 8,000 in sales. And she's only in my second gen. I mean, but she's killing it. Her leader, Linda Staggers. Linda recently lost her sister, so she's not on here now. So keep her in your prayers. But talk about a girl who came on because she just wanted skin so soft. And she is a gold leader now. And still her sales, dealing with family, she's over 20,000 in sales. It keeps, what did you say, Lee, 30,000?
She hit 30,000.
She hit 30,000. And she's like, what the heck? Her and her team are rocking it. We have got people, Sharon Mentor, who we just got to see. Marianne had a meeting. We were talking about Cruise Like a Boss. And Sharon is in my second gen. And the first gen, Sylvia Piper, who has been with me a long time, just sells a little bit of Avon, doesn't always sell a lot of Avon. And I don't know where she found Sharon, but I suddenly was like very jealous she wasn't in my first gen instead of my second gen. again. And I was like saying, that's all right. It's all good. And she came out of the dugout and slammed a home run and has been ever since with what she's doing. I know she has some experience in direct sales from other companies, but she like has a plan. She's going after her plan. She doesn't give up. She keeps it going. You all come from such different backgrounds, all of you, your stories, just sharing them with our team. People don't know and they think they're alone. They're not alone. They are not. Becky Kane, I've fighting to get her on my team for years, and she finally came on, you know. We finally, girlfriend, come on. She like, get her act together. She met with God, and God said, you need to be on Molly's team. Let's take this and do this. We are coming together. Look, we are what we call a hidden powerhouse, this Onward team here. I got news for you. They see great things from us all the time. I don't think they have started to see what we're going to do as a team in 2018. And I think these Zoom calls are going to be part of it. So I want to thank you for getting on here. We will send out the reminders. I have this as a recurring every month. We will do this. If something needs to change because of something Avon's doing, we will work around it. I think I'm going to go ahead and start the sales meetings in October, and we will do those because let me tell you something else they're doing. They're giving me as an executive meeting in a box. So I want to take this meeting in a box, and I want to actually do this as a virtual type thing anyways, where we can go over everything. They give me a PowerPoint, the whole 9 yards. So I think it will be beneficial for you all. And when it's taped, we can send it to everybody on the team. Nobody misses anything, which is really, really good if they want to do it. I knew you'd like that, Becky. So, yeah. So these are the things we're thinking of, but we thought this was most important. Fourth quarter's coming. We want you to be okay with 5. If any of you are struggling with this, I need you to reach out. Reach out personally. Reach out to me or Lee. Let us know what you need, what you don't need. You know, I'm going to say happy fourth quarter, but we'll be meeting in 4 weeks, and it's all going to be good anyways. Does anybody have any questions or anything before we cut this thing off?
Yes.
I hear Tammy.
When are you going to return my phone call?
You really gonna call me out like that, Miss Tammy?
Dang,
Tammy wants to call. Tammy, Kane has been calling your name, Tammy. Okay. So,
yes, I have been down there
Tam?
every week. I'm down there every weekend.
So you saw the food on Facebook tonight, right? And you're like,
yes.
This could have been my name. This could have been my name tonight, my meal. I know.
The cabbage. I'm telling you, I was like, man.
I will reach out to you tomorrow. We do need, I was really trying to wait for Linda to get settled because we wanted to have her down at the same time. Every time I've turned around, there's been something. Didn't want to cancel on you. So as soon as I can get her home and settled and get you two together, yeah, girl, we have dinner. We do so. And I know, Brenda, you're working on the plane ticket so you can come spend a couple of days with us, girl. I know you are. You come eat my food.
They're not.
Come on now. Anybody from my team want to come see me? Tell me you're coming. You will need a hotel. I put you up right here. I cook for you. We make a plan. We have a good time. You got to go back home, though. I can't keep you forever. Just so you know, you got to go back home. But other than that. Okay. Anybody else? Are we good?
We're good.
Okay, it sounds good. Thank you so much for giving us an hour and 27 minutes of your time.
Thank you, Lee and Molly.
That. Okay. All right, guys. I will talk to you later.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.